Hey everybody, Cassandra, Cheshire, Beck. Hey Gail. Hey artsy wannabe Nancy. I'm on another tangent. Those are to be expected in my world. And you know, most of the time they lead to something, so it's not a waste of time. Besides that, I'm retired. I'm practicing. These little boogers hurt when you get them stuck in your finger. Ah! I'm not liking that one. I'm looking for a nib. I had one last night and should have marked it. It was one of these itty bitties. Mm. Is that it? Hey, Gail. Oh, I already said hi to Gail. Never mind. Can't say hi twice. I'm getting us up on my iPhone. Oh, okay. Now, if Janet or any other calligraphy expert is in the house, this is supposed to be an embellished A. All right. Hey, Lena. Hey, Lena, I thought you were grinding up a soft pastel today. Some people do that, grind up their harder ones. So make a couple on the, me saying it was chalk, not chalk. Let me see if that one works. Hate to tell everybody though, but I'm not even going to go there. Never mind. Show you what I did last night. See, some of those are pretty good. Hey, Kathy, I caught part of yours too. I can't remember which nib I used, and I don't know enough about them to know the difference. Won that one. Go up 3, down. Okay. That one doesn't have a split. Ow! All the way to the floor. It does have a split, but it's teeny tiny. And I suspect this paper is not very good for it. And this is India ink. And then Debbie said this morning that she didn't like India ink. So maybe that's my problem. Let's find out. You gotta find out what the variables are. Never mind. And I bought these from a friend who's closing her studio. That won't work. That won't work. Let's go back to this one. This is an oblique. Lindsay at Postman's Knock. I better move that over here. Teaches calligraphy, and I haven't followed her very much, but Debbie said paint it. I don't know if it's supposed to fill that center hole or not. Letting enough. I don't know what you do with your hand when you run out of space either. And that's got a curve. I guess it's one of those things where you learn by doing. Okay, so start here. Heavy, curve. Start here, heavy, curve. Let's do it small. My hand needs more room. Why? How? What? Yeah. Where's Debbie when you need her? Let me see what y'all are saying. I've got a mess here already. Okay. Can y'all hear me when I sit back like this? Hey, Linda. Good. Because when I look at y'all, I sit back in my chair. And I forget that the microphone's not on my iPhone. It's up here. Okay, so this is all I've done is just play with letters. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because on the moon book, I'm going to tell a story with it and pretend it's from the 1800s. And so if I'm going to do that, then I need some, it's called Spencerian. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. Text that was popular in the US and England from about 1790, I think, to about 1860. So that my story is going to be that this journal was designed for a little boy in that time era, and that his nanny or whoever made it for him. And that if it survives through the years, he hopes that another little boy finds it. And that will excuse my primitive papers and stuff like that, or give them reason to be, is that somebody found this kind of like a, oops, wrong way, message in a bottle. So let's see, my words would be this journal. Yeah, I need some old English phrasing. This journal created for, see, that's where I'm stopping too. Because then what I'm going to do is just learn these letters right now. Is Miss Dorothy here? We got created for, I might as well just use this name. And then the old lettering would be, I don't know, European lettering would be 10, no, month first. So 10 to whatever that is, where it dips below the line. 1850. And again, I'll have to look at the way that stuff is, the way it was written then. Okay. So let me see if anybody knows. Hi, Carmen. Azure, hi. I found a book online last night. Let me see if I can find it. I took a picture of the words that I wanted, of the letters that I was practicing. And here's the flourish ones. There are different flourishes. I'm not sure that I like that one. Everything's online. Oh, last night I put my phone down and it was updating, and I laid it down and it kept it awake all night. And it sent about 20 of these gibberish messages to Debbie Epps. I mean, they're just letters. Space, space, with it. But I mean, just anyway, it's funny. So let me go back over here. Thee and thy. Did the English use that? Birkin. Did you get them from me, Kathy? Oh my God, I wonder who else I sent them to. My phone was just a busy little bee last night. Okay, thee and I. And then you got to learn to keep your hand out of it. So let's look for a are you on there? Stay. Spencerian script. And the only reason I picked that is because I like the way it looks. And it was apparently at that time frame. So does anybody know anything about what I'm trying to do? Let me put all these in here. And I'm so nuts, I almost started looking for vintage calligraphy pen points that I can put in a bucket and keep them for. I also got my glass pen out, but it doesn't make split lines, wide lines. These are pretty cool though. And then if you want a thicker line, you come back in and fake it. Like that. These are cool. I got these. I got mine at on AliExpress, and the oblique pen holder too. I noticed that they've got it on Amazon now. And I would imagine this paper's not the best in the world, but I've got some better we're going to play with here in a minute. Let me see a T. Okay, a T. I don't like that one. It looks like a cowboy font. And all I need is a fancy capital letter. And then the lowercase ones are. Can you tell I wasn't prepared today? I mean, I was prepared, but didn't have anything massively exciting. You know, I kind of got to have some down days. I typically, too, always bite off more than I can chew. And so I'll play with this for a couple of days and then go, it's too much work. And I'll move on to something else. I'm seeing that one everywhere, though. I'll find one, then I'll get back to it. Those are so ornate, you can't even tell what the letter is. Just a moment, please. It's like learning how to write all over again, though. The other reason I picked Spencerian, and I know I'm not saying that right, is because the lowercase letters are very similar to what we were taught in school. And if anybody else is interested in this, I've been working with fonts, gosh, since I was in college. But the funny thing is, I had a record album by Johnny Rivers, and there was a font on that album cover, and I think it just spelled out his name. I don't remember that. So I thought, oh, I really like that. I'd like to use that. Didn't know what I wanted to use it for, but I want to use that. And I can almost remember it. It's kind of a teardrop. That's not even close to it. But if you look at fonts, this shape, or whatever the shape is, appears in a lot of the letters. It's duplicated. Let me come back over here. Like this swoosh right here is repeated a lot. And that's all A's. Anyway, they build on their basic shapes. Those are all A's. Oh, wants a little cheat sheet. It shows a T. And then learning to be a typesetter later kind of ruined me. Because you can just set it yourself and be done. Of course, that's what gave us brush script and chalkboard too. I'm about to give up on this too, right here. Oh, there's a good one. If it'll come into focus. So it comes. Let's see. That's not too bad for a T. That should come down. Well, I don't know. Theirs doesn't. Dotted lines are definitely a help. I mean, square lines. Squares. Get it in a minute. Let's see. And then the O. There. I could live with that probably. Oh wow, that's cool, Carmen. Is there anything anything that would have those kind of words in it? Or is it in fancy type writing? Bye, Kathy. Hey, Archie girl. Yeah, it was on Twitter. Twitty. And here's an S I like. I'm about ready to quit this, so y'all be patient with me. Yeah, a neat S. Now I had this book of calligraphy paper. I got it at Walmart on sale at one time years ago for $5. So you tear out or use one of these just for grins. Let's just do that. And you can't see it through the paper. Now, so that means you got to get the light board out. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, these are the slants that you have to match throughout to make it work. To make the letters look like they come from the same family. So if there are no further questions. Whoops. Oh, no, that was smart. Okay. Won't matter. It's not like I'm running a calligraphy shop here. And I got all these little ink samples from when I got my pens. And that'll go quite a ways. once I figure out what I'm doing. I ordered a couple of nibs some time ago. Ah, shit. What I was trying not to do when I dumped all those nibs in the floor. Oh, man. There's a bunch of them on my table. See, I really think we'd be better off just working in the floor. Have bins around us. All right, I'm going to leave them. I'll be real careful when I get up. These glass pens are cool, though. Okay, that's empty. That's empty. This one was stuck on here. I'm going to not take credit for that and blame it on somebody else, but I can't get it out. Got a little plastic baggie somewhere. We're not going to worry about that today. All right, calligraphy done for today, or for you guys anyway. I have a little plastic bag somewhere. Janet will be so proud of me for using my beast. Make sure the ink's dried up. And then I'm going to show you guys something else and ask for your opinion. This is one of the few nice things, a few nice things I have left over from the fire. And it's a Hartman, but it zips. And I've been trying to think of a way to use it that would not destroy. I mean, of course, I could just put pages in here like that for a journal. I thought about taking these rings out, and then I could fix it like a Midori style with elastic bands. So I thought if anybody had seen something where they took a good, so I've got pockets, a good book and turned it into a journal, I thought maybe one of you might know. I didn't use it a whole lot because I wasn't into journals then or keeping up with a calendar that much. So it was sitting on my desk at our office, and thank God. I have it. Okay, got that. Showed you that. Now, I'll show you this. This is like show and tell. I think I did this last Friday. I did some coffee dyed paper, and I used instant coffee like Robin said to do, and I think I got too much. It was too strong. I used 4 tablespoons of instant coffee to 1 cup of water, and then put large sheets of paper like this paper, this butcher paper here, put it out on the grass, and then laid the paper on and took a cloth, like a washcloth, and dipped it in and just squeezed it everywhere. But what I got was paper that was all one color. It looked like craft paper. So I brought them in here and I ironed them lightly because I don't want to get rid of all the little tears and crinkles and stuff. So then yesterday I thought I'm going to spray it with water because with that much coffee on them, they're still reactive. That one's cool. It almost looks like leather. Wouldn't that make a neat journal page? But the theory being too is that once these are flattened, you can run through your inkjet printer. That's a good one. And this is just from spilling water on them. And she says that instant coffee from the dollar store is the best for coffee dyeing. But for tea dyeing, you need a little better quality black tea, I think she said. Nothing wrong with trying it, though. But run a print through an inkjet, or run these papers through an inkjet, and you'll get some real interesting results that look like they've been buried in an attic somewhere. I guess buried would make it in a cellar. Once I get this lettering nailed down, Miss CB, I'm going to be about ready to finish this book because it's got to have some stuff left over for her to do, as if she's going to have any time with a newborn and a high uppity up job at Walmart. So it's the thought that counts. And then I'm going to put that Scotch cellophane, not Scotch, the cellophane tape from the Dollar Tree, and color it with the amber. Anyway, I got that done. Aren't you proud of me? Okie dokie. Carmen, if it has any words in it that might help me, send me an image. Oh, cool. You got some good sayings in there. I thought that she did. I watched a couple, I think. That's good, Carmen, because in my Wish Upon a Star, my Twinkle Twinkle, I haven't showed y'all this either. My Twinkle Twinkle, I say Sarah is his angel light. So that's a good phrase to include somewhere in the book. So I did this on Duralar because I wanted real crisp ink lines. So what I'm going to do now, I went ahead and did a little bit of fancy stuff on the, kind of like fancy stuff like Zentangles. But now I'm going to scan it and leave all these letters empty. And then I'll have a digital file that can be reduced and put in the book. And then I can take this one after I scan it and do whatever I want to do with it. So I'm getting there. I'm just working on different pieces at a time. And then hoping I don't lose them. And the other thing is I'm going to put a picture of his mother and my Sarah taken together. Yeah, that's a good one. 1873. That's a good date too. Okie dokie. Now, on. This comes from Joggles, and they're the only one I think that has the kit. I mean, like the special. I got all of them, plus 2 of these alcohol ink art panels. And these appear to be copies of my friends at Ampersand, their boards. Like one of their clay boards or their watercolor board. And Miriam's Nature said, while you're ordering, go ahead and get an extra extender and an extra rainbow. Because she said when you start working with the rainbow, you're going to love it so much you'll go through it. And they're half price, so might as well. So there you have it. I've got this. I've got a Yes panel, 3x5, and I've got a 3x5 Art Alternatives. Now, write this down. Jerry's Artorama. In the header, before they start with the navigation tabs, but right up at the top, there's a little phrase that says, buy one, try one. I think it is. It's something strange. It's a riff on buy one, get one, or something like that. What they have in there are things that you can buy for $1.25 or $1.50. And it might be 2 Mimic Kolinsky brushes. There'll be real tiny ones. It might be a 3-pack of these for $1.25. So the first time I saw that, I thought, ooh, I better jump on that while they've got it. So I ordered a bunch of stuff, like 10 of these. So it's a real good way to try things, and they don't put a limit on how many you can buy. Okay? Any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Carmen, I was saying that I'm using, Sarah is his angel light in the Twinkle Twinkle, and I'm going to use her picture with his mother's picture when they were together at 14. And so that angel phrase will tie things together in a nice, neat little package. So that's what I was saying. Now, Debbie Epps has, lots of people have reviewed these. Miriam loved them. And if y'all don't know Miriam's Nature, it's Miriam with a Y, apostrophe S, Nature. And she's done quite a lot of alcohol ink reviews and stuff. She's the one that I learned about the Kilty. They're Irish alcohol inks, and they are made in Ireland. Fancy that. They are about, I want to say they're about $150 retail, which means you might be able to get them on sale or something special. They are the only alcohol inks on the market that are non-toxic. Plus, they have some additives that do a few different things than any of these other brands. So if you're dying to try alcohol inks, look up Miriam's video that she did on the Kilties. And even though I don't work with alcohol ink full time, as soon as I can, I'm going to get some of those. But not everybody can take the smell. Okay, so this says for acrylic paint, mixed media, and alcohol inks. Double-sided vinyl, hardcore substrate. So it's a vinyl mounted to MDF with pH neutral glue. So if it is an MDF, then it's better than the cheapy cardboard ones. Patent pending. And these are by Masterpiece. So we're going to see what they do. And I still don't have, I don't want either metallic yet. I don't have a plug-in adapter for my compressor yet. Metallic gold. There's another one of you hiding in here somewhere. Okay. So I'm going to use my hand lava. Everybody has a different style. I'm going to use a push pin. I don't want a very big hole. I can always make it bigger. Wait. What is that one? Now that's weird. Oh, here's the real lid. Okay, now we're going in. Crap, I went through the side. Shit. Y'all gonna think I am the most incompetent person in the whole world. There. You can feel it. You can feel it when it goes through. Now, Miriam suggested putting a drop of color on the lid so that you can see it when they're upright. Saw a vanilla where did I see it? Tangerine. Well, let's just do tangerine. I'm so glad I tried to mess up my bottle. I'm going to do this so that I can get a smaller dropper. You can cut it, I would assume. But it just depends on what kind of style you're going after. As to whether you'll like these or not. But watch Miriam's video. She did a real good review. Not quite, not quite. This isn't easy. Maybe I need a pokey tool. Guilty is the brand that started the Got it in your hand. The little T9C bottles with the needle tips. And I've got alcohol. What else have we got? There's vanilla. I knew I saw vanilla. Let's see what this little baby does. Okay. Trying to keep in the same color family. I have a personal aversion to, and it's just me, it doesn't mean it's right or wrong, it's just me, to all the primary colors together. I think when you're working on something like this, the analogous colors are better, but that's just me. Let me get the hairdryer out. Y'all have gremlins that mess with your power cords at night? I can't find the end of that power cord. It's a good thing you can re-wet it. Oh, I know what it is. Nope. It's much more tangerine. Well, not that I'm surprised, but Debbie's right about the moving part, being the scientist that she is. Let me get a spray bottle. I think it's in my Tim Holtz. Yep. And I don't know how to keep those plastic these things. Okay, now I have these little brushes that Miriam recommended. If I want to break that up. It's kind of a dirty, oh, well, lemon. I'm kind of partial to the abstracted flowers. Caramel. Over trying to make the alcohol ink look like paint. Oh, exploded. Let's see if y'all say anything. I think you'll like that Princeton Neptune. I've got the one that's the quill style. Not dry yet. It's okay, because I was going to. I don't know the purpose they have for their sticky. This company is supposed to be a well-regarded company. They're in Germany, and they've been at this a lot of years. Trying to work it a little different than what Debbie did, just so we can get a little better idea of what it does. Let's see what other colors I've got here. And you can mix them, no biggie there. Green, brown. Red orange might be a good punch. Cherry too. Sometimes across the color wheel you can get some interesting photos. Amethyst and black. Alright, so let's try these two new ones. Remember those bottles we used to get, and they were wax, and inside them they had some kind of a product like Kool-Aid, and you had to get through the wax to get to the good stuff. That's what these remind me of. Excuse me. Our app on our phones catches 90% of those kind of calls. And Poppy must be home. Lord. This over here that's thinner does not feel sticky. Hey babe, I'm live.
I put
I'm live.
700 in.
Okay. Let's try rainbow. Didn't go far enough. Now watch that stuff bubble. Let's see if I can get it. Put it right here. It fizzes. It's really not. Oh, I forgot to shake it. It's really not fizzing. It's the way that what did I do with my lid? There, you can see it. It's just the teeny mica, just where as it moves, catches the light. That's pretty cool. I knew it would be. I knew it would be. All I'm trying to do is break up some of those hard lines. Red orange. I'm going to clean my pokey tool. Okay, red orange. That's a shame. Yeah. that it doesn't move more than that. All right, let me find my phone and we'll move on to another. What are you talking about running through water? Are you talking to somebody else or me? This little cheapy brush. I think I got 50 for $5. Colors in the set, Asher. I don't really have an opinion yet. Let me find a piece right here. Photo paper. Now, on photo paper, use the dull side for inks. I started out with a pretty good workspace. I'm going to wet this first. Whoa. Hold him, wild horses. My cousin's in the bucket. Wasn't very smart to put it under that. Cinnamon. I meant to pick up vanilla. So it is flowing on after I sprayed it. Okay. It's moving a little bit that way. Magenta. We'll go. See, it is getting that big ring. Let me try this garnet red. But I do encourage y'all to look at Miriam's channel. She's very experienced. Vanilla has a lid. Give Garnet one. I'm going to venture to say that if I were going to pay full price for these, I probably wouldn't buy them. But for half price, I think they're pretty good bet for half. Now, you never know how long they're going to leave them at half. What vanilla? Garnet. Garnet's not giving me much of a punch. I am getting some blending. I don't want vanilla. What I got? What I got? Lemon. These lids are a little, you got to get used to them. You got to squeeze them to get them off. I think I'm going to write to them and ask them if there's a reason they don't move. Being as that's one of the hallmarks of alcohol that people like. See, look at that clot right there. Try metallic copper. Oh. Uh-oh. I broke my thing. Well, I bet Ranger will have to replace that. What good's a pokey tool if you can't pokey? I said Ranger, actually. I think it's tonic, but I can't get it out. Let me get a pair of pliers. I was over in the oil station. Now I'm coming back. Oh, I know what happened. The alcohol dissolved the glue. All right. Disaster averted. Copper. Ooh. I got a good size hole in that one. On my phone. Tanya, these are the new Maribu alcohol inks. And right now, well, you have a good time getting it through there with a pen, Miss Azure. They are half price right now, which is a good price. If I was going to pay full price for them, I'd get one of the others. I think these are a little harder to control. This is not a good idea because it messes up with your little patterns. Okay, doctor. And now I've got my blue markers out. Check check into Sunico. They're the ones that make the StazOn. They have an alcohol pen and refills. And the refills would work as good as one of these bottles. And I looked at those last night and do not remember what the price was. I want to say it was a couple bucks. Now these are Blick markers, alcohol markers, and there's a refill for those too. This I just don't like at all. I don't think water will affect it. No. Looks like spider webs. I'll email Miriam too. She's been real good to get back. These things don't really like wet areas. Well, let's try it here. Don't do that again. Let me try something that Miriam did the other night. It's really kind of cool if I can remember. She was using an air compressor, which, as we know, mine's nowhere to be found. I mean, the plug. Whoa, 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 hold those wild horses. That's a big nothing. I think I need to go back and look at her instructions again. She got a real cool little flower. Of course, she paid more attention to. You get some curious mixes. Didn't get any of the sticky lines except over here, and that's where the Maribu's coagulated. And that's the word I'm going to use too, because it looks like coagulation. Yeah. All right. I am going to write to them or email them or text them or whatever and ask them what's up with this. This little technique really has some good possibilities. All right. Anybody else got anything from me? Thank you, Gail. Oh, I have, Gail. I've watched a lot of them. Yeah, Mercurochrome. Yeah, she did the, well, the Adirondacks. What other ones do I have? Pinatas work a lot better. That is 91%. Oh, you don't have to apologize to me, Gail. This is the back side of photo paper. This is the one I did on the panel that came with. That's not sticky after it dries. No, heavens, no, I'm playing. Well, here is Adirondack. I need some more space. Now watch how this moves. It will push the other out of the way. Now, I learned about the photo paper from Miriam. She's the one I learned about it from. That's a pinata and the lid is stuck. And look on the lid. It looks just like what we've been dealing with over here. I haven't decided what style I want to work with alcohol inks yet. There's a girl that works for Ampersand, and her name is, can't think of it. And she does big paintings of, look at there, we're getting some of that same mark right there. Those big amorphous flowers. Now I don't have to throw this paper away. I can wipe it off. And this is Maribu. Now that's Maribu in the middle. And I asked Debbie the other day if she thought that these were just thicker to begin with. I'm not sure that she understood my question. And here's why I say that is because when there's plenty of alcohol and liquid in there, it does seem to move. Well, there you go, guys. Yeah, Debbie puts gold leaf on hers. I don't know, Colleen. I just don't know. It would kind of make me think that because here we kind of got some interesting movement. And Debbie said something. Wait, Miriam said something about 99% alcohol. And then remember, Debbie's theory was that she thought that maybe they used an inexpensive alcohol like a 50% or something. I don't know if it's that or if it's just not liquid enough. But how about we will find out. Ooh, that looks like something died. The front side is made to soak up the ink from a photo, and it just absorbs, and then you'll always see that little dark circle. Watch it make a liar out of me with Maribu. So this paper is designed to suck the ink from the photo. I got to get some more alcohol. Miriam's last video when she was talking about the Maribu, she put a link in there. She found some 99% on Amazon. See, this mark will always stay there. No, it would be nice if you could see it. Let me get that brush. See, it soaked right down into the paper. So that's why you use the back side. And it does emulate UPO to a certain extent. Let it dissolve for a minute. I don't care for a painting scene, like a realistic scene with these. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it with one of my other mediums. I just think they're fun. If I were really doing something other than just playing with the colors today, of course, I would have my little air compressor, but I also like to use a turntable with them so that you can move it easier than. But I will not be an alcohol ink specialist. I did this technique with watercolor years ago, where you just continue to move the wet watercolor around. Well, I was using a hairdryer, of course, because you'd be there forever. And then you start getting these little striations, because when it dries here, then you come back and tilt it again, you get that drying in a different spot. That's pretty right there. What's around it isn't pretty. And I like that look. But like I said, for half price, these things are cool. I bought my Adirondacks, I believe, at Christmas time. Oh no, Black Friday. They had them on. I think I bought them half off. There's some rainbow. Boy, it moves some out of the way. Okay, any more questions for me? It's by Graphics, and it's white craft paper. And I've got some. And I'm surprised Debbie didn't use some of that. Maybe she did, because I know she's got it. She and I both ordered it the first day it was out. But you consider this is pennies compared to Yupo. And the brand that Miriam recommended is Kirkland's, which is a brand made for Costco. And you can buy it on Amazon. And it's like $20 for 250 sheets, I think, or something like that. It's very, very good value. And you can see here that's with the markers, that it looks really similar to Yupo. But that little section right there is cool. I did that with markers. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, it's just fun. How do I spell that? You talking to somebody else? Bye, guys. I'm going to go. I'm tired, and I know y'all probably are. And I'm going to write them tonight. We'll see what we find out. Better than guessing. Kirkland's? Oh, yeah. Kirklands. The other paper is, I might have it right here. Nope. The only place we were able to find it 2 weeks ago is at Joggles. And I don't know why they were the only distributor. They may have just given them. I found it. Here, craft plastic. And it feels an awful lot like Yupo, but at a fraction of the price. Woo-wee. If Kimberly was here, she'd say, clean that desk up. I like the fact that you can use markers. Of course, none of us really needs markers unless we're doing manga cartoons or, you know, coloring for something like that. For the yellow. What does help having those lids marked. There's a brown. That one doesn't have one. Okay, this is going to take me a while, and I need to do this before I quit. All right, I can do this when y'all are watching something else. Bye. I love you, and I will see you Thursday. Excuse me.